Hi, my name is Kenny Turner. I'm originally from Trinidad Tobago. Right now I live in the Washington DC area. I am the band leader for the group called V.I.C.E.
I wanna get out and carry on. I wanna get on like tomorrow will never come. I wanna dance and dingle. Hey, hey, kakalele, kakalo. Move your waist, boy, move your waist, boy, move your waist, boy, and wine. Move your waist, boy, move your waist, boy, move your waist, boy, and wine. I wanna get out and carry on. I wanna get on like tomorrow will never come. I wanna dance and dingle. Hey, hey, kakalele, kakalo.
V.I.C.E. V.I.C.E. stands for Vision and Cultural Expressions. I remember as a young child going to the savannah and looking at mass. And certain bands, you know when they come out because they have some trademarks about them. I've been looking at mass since I was a child, and in Washington DC, I did not really like what I saw. Not to knock anybody because everybody has a talent. But instead of complaining, I decided to bring my own band to see if there are other people thinking like me that want something different. All right, like I said, I'm Kenny Turner. I'm the first of the Turners. This is Calvin Turner. This is my youngest brother. I'm the first, and he's not necessarily the last, but he's just born after me. All right? This is Kanu, Kenny Kanu. This is my first son. This is Jelani. I don't care what he says, this is my son too. This is Jelani, and this is Kaija. Okay, this is my three men, because you see they're bigger than me, right? Right, and they are going to be the future of V.I.C.E. You know, I try to teach them culture by example, not by talk. I'm not a fella that talk too much, isn't that right, fellas?
If we could allow Allison Street from 13th to Georgia Avenue as a point to line the trucks up to do your building, because Allison Street from Iowa down is in the vicinity of the school. But we V.I.C.E. Carnival, because they actually before Spice. We V.I.C.E. Carnival. Okay.
Welcome to the 19th annual DC Caribbean Carnival Extravaganza, Washington, D.C. We started back in 1993. The purpose of this carnival is to bring to fruition a Caribbean-style event here in Washington, D.C. that showcases all that is Caribbean, from our music, our food, our costuming, just anything that relates to the heritage of the Caribbean. We showcase it here. The last weekend in June for the last 18 years. This is our 19th year.
We have been focusing on raising funds to assist the bands in offsetting some of their overhead costs to participate in DC Carnival. It's a very expensive venture, and you know, on average, the bands spend more than $8,000 to put their productions on the road.
Every year, Georgia Avenue is actually turned into a cultural extravaganza where all of the islands and even some people from America who join the bands come out and really want to be a part of this cultural experience. Everyone says that it's taking off from Trinidad, even though Trinidad is quote-unquote the home of Carnival, but all of the other islands will be representative. We are striving to take this group called Carnival Band Leaders Association throughout North America, where we not only perform here in DC, but we go to Baltimore, we go to Norfolk, we go to New York, we go to New Jersey, we go to Miami. We want to be able to be a force that can be reckoned with as far as growing the culture of the Caribbean, and most importantly, to keep all of our people that even though you're away from home and we are living in the USA, we'll never ever forget where we have come from and what we have enjoyed when we are back in our native land.
Well, nothing like Trinidad and Tobago, but we try our very best to bring it as best as we could. I do all the judging. The judges that I've gathered are people who have been doing this for quite some time. I've done Caravana, I've done DC, of course, Baltimore, Boston, New York, I try to help anywhere that I possibly can. I love the culture. I beam when I do this.
Yeah, this is Kenny Turner again with V.I.C.E. Carnival. On my left hand side, I have Mr. Earl Blake, and he's the designer of this costume.
Well, usually you come up with a theme, and then you do your research, and you try to find some kind of picture or mask or concept that matches your theme. And then you come up with a design, and then you start. These are handmade, they cut and they fold it in four different shapes. They fold in each corner, and then it's also folded in the middle, right there, and it gives that effect. So the flags is an easy way to do movement in your costume.
Wow!
And so we use the flags, the anti.
Like that.
So yeah, and with the braid on the end, it keeps it dropping perfectly.
Right.
Just a little heavy, and it keeps them dropping perfectly. So those sequin balls hang down. See how they're blowing in the breeze? Give you perfect movement to the costume. So these are the little things you want in your costume. When the light hits it, it gives that a nice shiny effect, and then it has movement.
Last year my presentation was the Treasures of Kington. I was happy to find out that I came second. So I say, okay, next year I'm gonna step it up a little bit. I've been looking at fashion. I see a lot of ladies wearing sequins, and when you look at certain acts or artists, Beyonce and Puff Daddy and these big rappers, all they talk about is bling. So I said, I'm gonna do bling. And I searched for material. I had samples made. I had 3 samples made. I rejected all 3 samples until I got what I feel represented bling. I have a costume called Fiery Sunlight, and it is fiery. It has orange, red, gold, and silver. In the sun, I'm telling you, it's going to be blinding. My other costume is called Romantic Moonlight. The light from the moon reflecting on this costume. This is what I'm trying to present. Yes, it's going to be in the daylight. It's black, and it's silver, and it's blue. My other costume, I couldn't think of what other light. Then I thought, wait a minute, I'm from the Caribbean, and we are always surrounded by water. It's called blue waters. And in the blue waters and the deep ocean, there is all different colors, pink, yellow, green, everything. And that's what I'm trying to represent by my last costume called Blue Ocean. I was humbly honored to be invited by the Trinidad and Tobago Embassy to display my costumes at their open house. I went there with my costumes. I was honored not to be invited, number one, but I was more honored when I heard people who have never seen costume like this compliment me and say it's beautiful. I was humbled by that experience. So we are preparing right now for the Mad Rush. And this is just Washington, DC. In Trinidad, it goes on like that from Christmas until Carnival.
Oh, we won't even go about how we had the house. I promise not to talk about that. But it's some evenings more than others. Starting at 7 o'clock till 2 a.m. in the morning.
And we probably will be going like this until DC Carnival.
No, until after it's all over with on that Saturday. And then next week becomes a madhouse.
Yes.
Jasmine is gonna be, she's gonna be working around the clock. You know.
No comment.
So you can either put it close. It's up to you if you want it longer or you want this
more back from the exactly. So Saturday you'll be like, okay.
Boy, we gonna win. Look, we're looking like boy.